Okay, so this is probably a couple of weeks after I got my Tessalata Eel. And I waited a couple weeks so that I could make sure that he was going to make it, because when I got him, he was about 4, maybe 5 inches in length and probably about the thickness of my pinky. Now, later on in this video, you will see a size comparison to my finger after about 3 weeks of me having him. I wanted to make sure that he was eating. I wanted to make sure that he was going to make it. One of the things that I absolutely hate is to bring a new family member home or pet, whichever one you want to call it. I like to consider them family members because I get them when they're young. I raise them till they're older. And in the end of this video, you're going to see the progress of how big he is as of now. So basically, I'm just sort of showing you him sort of getting used to his tank. And to put it into perspective, there's my finger next to him, and he is in a 20-gallon long tank at this point of his life with me. He does have 2 companions in there, 2 damsels, for 2 reasons. One, just in case he was only eating live fish because he did come from the wild, and 2, just to have some buddies. At this point, he was more exploratory in his tank. He's in the skull right now. As you can see right now, he's popping out of the eyeball, and he was just sort of, enjoying life. I believe this is where we do a feeding, so you can see his aggressiveness in the beginning when I had him, and sort of see that wild side of him where he has to just take the food as fast as he can, go back with it, and sort of eat it. And, there is Midnight, one of the cats. They are always there, freaking lingers as I feed him. So they are normally always around when I'm feeding the fish because I'm feeding them fish. And of course, cats enjoy eating the fish as well. This Tessalata Eel's name is Mr. Squiggles, and I named him that due to the fact of the little squiggle on the top of his head. I was unaware that as they grow, and you can't really see the squiggle on top of his head right there, but I was unaware that as they grow, the spots they have on now multiply. So in some of the shots, as he's out more, you can actually see the spots sort of multiplying and, getting bigger or becoming more spots as he gets bigger. And then here's the first shrimp, and he, grabs it back into the hole. There's the damsels, and they are picking up the scraps. So as you can see, here comes another piece, and he does the same thing. Snatches and drags it back in. And you got to show him a little bit. There he is, and snatches and grabs it back in. There's Pumpkin also waiting for some fish scraps. Like I said, they're always around. Midnight is more sit back and chill. Oh, there's a squiggle on his head. That's why he's Mr. Squiggles. And because of The Simpsons, I named him Mr. Squiggles from Mr. Smithers. I just always enjoyed that. And there's Midnight getting a little taste of the remnants from the tweezers. And that is Pumpkin actually trying to jump into the tank to get the fish. I had to push her off. I believe I put one more piece of shrimp in here, and he takes it down. Yep, there it goes. It takes him a minute because the cat's kind of scared him at that point. But there he goes. Takes it right back into his hole. At this point, he was small enough to be able to hide underneath the rocks without really messing anything up. And as far as this rock structure goes, I made this rock structure and then I siliconed all the rocks into place so that he wouldn't be able to move them. Obviously, at this size, he's not going to move them. There goes another piece of shrimp. But spoiler alert, as the Tessalata eel got bigger and was more comfortable with his surroundings, it did not take him long to eat the damsels that were in the tank. Which, that was the point. They were only $8 a piece. Yes, they're aquarium fish, but this is what they do in the wild, and there went number 5 piece of shrimp. And of course, Midnight's still ready to try to get it, as well as Pumpkin moving around. I guess they think if they're in a different position, they will be able to get some shrimp. That's not really how it works. If there is any left over, I will toss them the shrimp, because they will eat the rest of the shrimp, and that way nothing goes to waste. I don't think that he took the 6 piece of shrimp. I actually think I had to take that out later on off camera, because as you can see, there is an algae bloom that is in the tank, and it's just a pain in the butt to deal with. So any food that he did not eat and that I could find that he didn't maybe take underneath the rock and just leave because he was done, I tried to take it out. Normally, I can entice him with my finger as I point to the food, but sometimes he's just full. And at this point, he was eating a lot, so I thought that as he got older, he would eat more. When I moved him into a different tank, he kind of slowed down on the eating, and I figured that was probably just because he got moved into a new tank. He did have some new tank mates that went in at the same time, which was my panther grouper that I got and my Vlamini tang. So it did take him a while to sort of get back in the groove of eating.
Man, I'm fucking joking.
He was bigger, and he was less active as he got into the tank, the new tank. So I don't know if that had something to do with him slowing down on eating, but I can report to you that now he is a straight hog and will take down about 3 to 4 full silver-side fish. And of course, he is much bigger now. And here is him in the new tank. And as you can see, he was more docile. He does not snatch and grab. He understands more now that if he doesn't eat today, I'm going to feed him tomorrow. And if he doesn't eat tomorrow, we'll feed him the next day. I do try to feed him a little bit every single day. I have heard that some people say that you should do as they do in the wild and starve them for a couple days. And if they don't eat, or if he doesn't eat, I don't push it. I just try, like right now. He kind of got scared of the camera, and he didn't eat. This is him. He actually came out of the tank at one point because I did feed the other fish. Yeah. He didn't seem like he didn't want to eat, but he was out looking for fish.
He's hungry,
food, whatever. So I did thaw out some more fish and feed him. and I don't think I got that on camera, but there was a piece of fish
Because there's just a little krill left. He's
that
not
was
gonna
in
get
here that
shit.
he's looking for right now. He does find it, but it is actually going to be as soon as he turns around and goes back in, you'll see his body moving as he grabs a fish and takes it in. And at this point, well, I missed it. He had actually already done it. So I did miss it on camera, miss pointing it out. But he did eat the fish that was lingering around. And at this point, I was just really trying to catch him out and about to see the size. Now, the PVC piping that I have in there, the inside is 2 inches in diameter. So when he is next to, there's the lionfish, when he is next to the pipe, he is a little over 2 inches in thickness, and he is pushing about 2 feet. The camera does not show it, and then there he goes right back into his tunnel, and that's it.